Welcome to the Oasis of Marr. This is going to be the first of the series of videos. If you watched the previous introduction, then you know what I'm doing here. If you didn't, then I recommend watching the introduction. So then, let's begin with the Oasis of Marr camp. Now, the Oasis of Marr is a very interesting zone. It's actually my favorite zone in all of EverQuest, because it stands out for a couple reasons. It's a zone where low-level players come, and they actually feel that they're relatively far away from civilization. Further than that, low-level players get to see high-level players doing their thing and impacting them. If there's no high-level players, low-level players end up feeling it, and high-level players get to interact with low-level players. And I believe that it sort of builds that sense of adventure of, you know, as you're a low-level player and you see a high-level player killing sand giants, you're like, wow, one day I can do that. And that's a type of level design that we don't see too much in games nowadays. So this zone has always stood out as one of my favorite. Now, understanding the Oasis of Marr, is the zone is more or less split up into a north and south part, with everything being on the south part. To the north side, I draw the dividing line right here by the dock. On the north side, there's just sand, and occasionally a sand giant, and very often Castle. Castle's a big level 50 giant. He walks around, he sneaks up on people, and he kills them. I'm pretty sure the Fell Reaver from WoW is entirely based off of Castle. There he is, Castle. Yep, so avoid him. He is, even to me, blue, but he would be a really annoying person to solo, because Castle regens an incredible amount of HP per tick. Now then, as you come in from North Freeport, you'll be coming in from over that way. If you come from another side, then you might be coming from south, which is all the way down there. When you come in, you gotta run down along the coast. Along the coast, you're going to find the docks. That's sort of the midway point that I talked about. On your way down, you will see a large number of creatures that patrol up and down up and down this area. Most of them are crocodiles and caiman. Sometimes you'll see an undead, like a ghoul. Caiman are not aggressive. It says ready to attack. That's not true. Like this crocodile, I know I'm way too high level for him, but this crocodile, doesn't matter what you do, short of attacking it, or, debuffing and crap like that. You can stand right on top of these guys, and they will never, ever, ever aggro you, even though they say ready to attack. It's a complete fake con. They should probably be dubious, but it was a classic error, so they kept it on the server, I'm pretty sure. Now, among these crocodiles, you're going to have a couple tiers. You're going to have the caiman, which is the lowest level one, then the crocodile. The crocodile is the second lowest level one. After that, you got the deep water caiman. The deep water means it's a higher level tier in the same order. So you have deep water caiman, which is above the crocodile, and then you have the deep water crocodile, which is above the deep water caiman. So caiman, crocodile, deep water caiman, deep water crocodile. There's a caiman in the water. Now, they go all along this beach, they go through the water, and they go across these dunes. As you can see, one just popped right over there. As you come here more, caimans are going to start to annoy you because they tend to overpopulate the area. Mostly because people end up just killing the higher level ones and not the caiman, because they become green pretty quickly. Now, you got some camps to be aware of. These docks are relatively safe, but you should be wary. You see where that puma is? A sand giant will periodically patrol down to where that puma is. Sometimes Castle will do it. If you're sitting on the docks, it's very possible that Castle can come down and aggro you. If you're right on the edge of the docks, it's very rare. It's unlikely that they will come to aggro you, but sit facing this way so you can watch. Just be careful about that. Now, a very safe place, a place that most people will sit, is over here on the pillar. Now, the pillars, these are really safe places to be in the zone. They also indicate camps. A lot of people use these to identify some of the major camps. First off, you have the first pillar, this camp right here, what these people are doing. You can pick up all the mobs that come pathing through here. It's a relatively good spot. You might be able to find this one open for you to solo in, but it's not too often. Don't infringe upon these camps. Don't be that person. That person sucks. And then, before we go over that way, let's go down here. There's usually a desert Batman who just sits there. Sometimes you'll find a camp right here. This area is generally one that's soloed, but sometimes you'll find a group. Again, some mobs will patrol through this area. You just pick them up and attack. Oasis of Marr is probably pretty packed. 31 people. Yeah, it's pretty packed. So they're needing to deal with lots and lots of people wanting mobs. And then, all the way down here, you got the second pillar. This is where a lot of necromancers solo. This is where I prefer to solo. And this is where this guy, Evil Dave, chose to solo. As well as this other person who looks like he died. Anyway, this place, lots and lots of caiman and other creatures tend to come through here, scarabs especially. It's a pretty decent spot to solo at. After that, you have these fishermen. These fishermen, they are KOS. Or rather, they are not KOS to you. They are indifferent. I've done terrible, terrible, evil things to the humans in this land, and they are still indifferent to me. So I don't think you're going to have too much of a trouble, unless there's some very specific, like, god hatred or something like that. Like they specifically hate Inaruk or something. Over here, you see the Spectre Island. Now, all the Spectres are dead at the moment, at least the one on the sides. You can see a scythe sticking out up at the top. That's one of the Spectres. Yeah, this mage over here, he's killing them. There's normally 1, 2, 3, 4 Spectres on this island. They are high level. Stay away from these. If you're leveling up here in the Oasis of Marr, which I'm assuming you are because you're watching this video, stay away from Spectres. They cast a life drain that hits for like 40 at range, and then they run up and smash you for 100 in the face. They are not pleasant things to run into. So, what I recommend, if you're going to come here, kill caiman. Kill caiman, then kill crocodiles, then kill deepwater caiman, then kill deepwater crocodiles. You can do that all along this beach. There's lots and lots of critters, there's lots of things to share. But, let's just say it's packed. Let's say you can't find anything. You're going to want to come down here towards Orc Alley. On the way towards Orc Alley, you're going to see on the north bank from the Spectre Oasis area, you're going to see the Gypsies. Gypsies sell to anybody. I don't actually know if that's 100% true, but I am probably 98% confident in saying that. So, no matter who you are, you can come through here, and you can buy stuff, you can sell stuff. It's a really good place to go if you need to, be able to vendor off your stuff. Even if you're an Ixar, should point that out too. Now down this way you have what is called Orc Alley. That's this whole area right here. These dunes from, well, all the way over that way down to there all patrol orcs. The big camp that most people go to is Invisible Wall. It's back there. Most people sit by that, and that's because although it looks like you can go back there, it's just a solid invisible wall right there. You can't actually go back that way. But what's important for you as a soloing necromancer, since you won't be soloing in the middle of Orc Alley, that would be unwise and unrecommended because fear kiting, you're going to pick up lots and lots of mobs. You'll instead want to come over here. This is along the western side of the area. You will be able to see specters up here. And this is further south from Orc Alley. Orcs will patrol through these dunes. They will come all the way over there, and they will patrol all the way down to behind this pillar. So, you want to do what this guy here is doing. You want to run out, you want to pick something, you want to pull it back, and you want to kill it. As you can see, you got an orc up there, you got another orc right over here. You even have some cistern asps if you want to take them. But what you'll also run into are orc priests. Now, as a necromancer, that's not too big of an issue. When you're fearing an enemy, they can't cast spells on you, so you won't have too much of an issue with a spellcaster. But be aware, orc priests, they're spellcasters. They can heal if they join their friends, so you don't want to pick up two at once unless you're feeling like you want to fear kite two things at once, but it's relatively inefficient to do so. But as you can see, there's lots of orcs. There's generally enough to go around. The only thing to keep your eye out, really, at this camp, other than the occasional sand giant that will walk through, be careful. In fact, one of my classic EverQuest memories is playing this game way too late, and I was in a group that was set up right here, like right where that puma is, and I fell asleep on my keyboard, and Kazel walked up right behind and killed me. Woke up the next day with my chat box filled with the letter K, and I was dead and at my bind point. So I ran back and got my corpse. Anyway, other than the danger of sand giants, the only thing you're really going to have to worry about is a orc warrior. I know that sounds weird, but as you can notice, their name is an orc warrior, A-N proper. But there is one that is much stronger. He's like a level 20 orc. He's rather irritating. He'll be probably blood red for you up until you're in the upper, 10s up towards 20. He'll probably be red to you and not able to be killed. You want to avoid a orc warrior, so always check the names. I'm trying to see if I can find him, because he's not an uncommon or rare mob, but every so often, the group will pick him up because he's a good bit of experience. But if I could find a orc warrior, that'd be nice. No, I don't think so. I'm going through the same orcs. Okay, well, a orc warrior is the only one you really need to worry about. These orcs path all the way even over this dune, so you can look for them over there. I'm trying not to pick up these guys so I don't mess with this guy's camp. Okay, and then they'll patrol down to over here. If you go further down, there's sporadic orcs, there's some undead over there, you'll see a lot of scarabs, lots of sand giants come down into this area. You also have some dervish cutthroats, but they'll be low level for you at level 12 and so on, but you might be able to get some experience. You'll also have dry bone skeletons, which cast, not a death touch, a harm touch. They do a burst of damage the first thing they melee. And then, if you are a neutral race, you also have an inn down here that you can sell out and buy food and water. Okay, that's Oasis of Marr for you. When you're leveling up, I recommend that you grab the orc warriors, an orc warrior, and you pull them out to the edge of the water here, and you fear kite them in this area. You don't want to mess with a orc warrior. Avoid that guy. And you can also solo over there and kill the crocodiles and so on. Okay.